So what's up, guys? It's been a long time coming. Basically since late January, early February. Uh, my red car, my old Dynamics, was MIA. A bunch of my followers, YouTube comments, and social media platforms asked me numerous times, "Hey, what happened to the red car? What happened to the red car? Where's the red car at? Hey, did you sell it? Where's it at?" And I just kept it kind of on the down low and avoided, directly answering the question. I was just kind of heartbroken at the time. If those of you that have been following me for a while know that that was my baby. I was very in love with that thing. It was just something special. I'd never had a machine like that, me personally. So, yeah, I had it for a couple years, and the last weekend of January, guys trip 2021. Me and my homie Danny out in the dunes. Saturday evening, sun's going down. Those of you that ride dunes know that when the sun gets at certain angles, the light and the dunes get kind of tricky. So we're just cruising, not even a big deal, nothing outrageous. We're going to meet up with the rest of the guys out there. It was me, my brother, my uncle, and another car or two. Just cruising over some dunes and come up over a little lip, and it's just like totally cut off into, it's kind of hard to explain. Came up over the little lip, the little hill, and landed on the front driver's side, bent all the arm, shock tabs, and bent a wheel. Nothing really major. It's just, I think the biggest thing at that point was us being in that little hole and the sun going down. It was a little scary. So, all of us brainstorming, trying to think of what to do. None of us really had a clear answer. And, I felt if I leave my Razor exactly how it was, somebody's going to come along and take everything on it. So I think we all kind of came to the general consensus of, yeah, let's take off what we can and take it back to camp, and we'll come get it the next day. There's actually a company out there in Glamis that has a really big tractor, Caterpillar, and he's known to get out there and tow a lot of heavy vehicles back to the main road. So I call him instantly. He's the first guy that came to my mind when the incident occurred, and he had just broken a track that day. So he told me, he's like, unfortunately I can't help you today. The new replacement part comes in on Tuesday or Wednesday, and at that point, I can no problem go out and get your car. So that's kind of why ultimately I made the decision. Yeah, we'll pull off whatever parts we can, just kind of like the more easy stuff surrounding the car, and then I'll just come back and get it, and then it won't be a big deal. We're in the middle of the dunes on a not busy weekend or a non-holiday weekend, so I was really hopeful, like big time, that nobody came across my car, especially us being random spot. And so yeah, we took off the cage, seats, the wheels, and like the rear shocks, kind of just more of the cosmetic things, the surrounding things. We didn't really want to get into like clutches, and the front shocks were kind of buried a little bit, and things of that nature. So we did what we could, spent a few hours out there, brought everything back to camp. And at camp, obviously I'm just like kind of shocked, and it was just a very bittersweet feeling. I didn't know what to do. My car's just out there sitting in the middle of the dunes all night. Next morning, wake up, head out there, boom, still exactly how we left it. So that kind of gave me a little bit of a warm and fuzzy. Obviously I work, so it's Sunday now. I have to get back to work in LA. So at that point I have to go back to work. So I make the decision to go back home and wait till Tuesday, Wednesday, when the tractor gets his part in. Tuesday on Instagram, a gentleman messages me and sends me a picture of like a fender of mine. The moment I saw that picture, my heart sank, because I knew, okay, somebody came across it, and I knew at that point the car wasn't going to exist how I had left it. So I asked the gentleman, I was like, hey, how's the rest of the car looking? He sends me pictures at that point, and it's like animals, like hyenas tearing up a freaking zebra in the freaking Africa or whatever. Like, there's just parts everywhere. The motor's gone, tranny's gone, all the axle stuff. Completely stripped. It's just a massive shock to me. So at that point, everything was gone. I luckily, thank God, took the little parts that I could and kind of, you know, made it so that someone didn't get away with everything from my car. So I called my dad, and, you know, I was kind of like, dang, you know, blah, 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 this is what happened. And, you know, he's kind of shocked too, like, you know, dang, that freaking sucks. So at this point, he's like, well, if everything's gone, like, do you want to just try to go out there and dune out there in my truck? My dad has a Duramax, and we've done stuff like this in the past. So I was like, well, I mean, we'll try to see what's up. So I had the pinpoint GPS on my phone. We take his Razor, and we get as close as possible in his truck with the Razor on the trailer, unload his Razor. Him and I go out there and try to find the best direct path without obviously massive dunes, you know, so that his truck can make it out there. So after like an hour or so of us trying to figure out a route, come across a pretty decent route that's not gonna be too crazy for his truck, head out there, and yeah, we make it. So at this point, we have a bunch of ratchet straps, and I mean, the car's really not what it is. Everything is gone except basically the gas tank. They even took my gas cap, which is something kind of funny. Like, I have the cheap plastic gas caps, and I mean, that was gone, but I guess somebody needed a gas cap. So yeah, in between him and I, we ratcheted it certain ways, and we back the truck up, move it left, right, and do what we gotta do. Eventually get the whole thing up, and I mean, we bounce at that point. Get back home, you know, obviously do all my insurance stuff. Took a while, got everything situated. Finally, obviously, my car's covered. Still a very crappy feeling to have to go through all that. The unknown, the feelings, you know, all your blood, sweat, tears, money, like everything. People knew me for that car. That's when actually I decided to start growing my YouTube channel, was with my red car. So very unfortunate, you know, but at this point, what could I do? So got everything taken care of, called up Carolina at Liberty Motorsports here in Yuma, called up my buddy Matt Sheridan in Phoenix right now, and started working the deal on my new 2021 Dynamics. And luckily, finally, Carolina, she sold to my entire family, so it was only right that she you know, put the cherry on top with the sale of my Razor to me. And that deal went smooth, everything was good. She gave me a freaking smoking deal, which, you know, I freaking thank God, I appreciate that, because now obviously Polarises aren't even coming out. So very fortunate in terms of that. And, you know, I just kind of wanted to do this video. It's been a long time coming. Tons of people, even today, still, like, if I post a picture of my new car back here, people will still comment, hey, where's the red one? Like, are you gonna do anything with the red one? And the red one, we had plans for it. It was sitting at my brother's shop forever, and we were planning on building a Baja car with the frame, and, you know, eventually sourcing parts and going that route. But I think it was just going to be a little too big of a price tag to try to replace literally everything. So we're going to go a different route for our Baja car and our future plans in terms of that. But, you know, so we got rid of the car. It was just a frame. Sold that at auction in Phoenix, so I'm sure it's, you know, scrap metal now somewhere in some junkyard. But, you know, that's kind of the story of that. That's all I really wanted to tell you guys, kind of show you guys, or not really show you guys, but, you know, let you guys know what exactly happened. That way I don't get those questions anymore. I feel my little following, my little subscribers that I do have, you guys kind of deserve to know that. So, you know, it is what it is. Shit happens. You know, I think I consider myself a decent driver, but, you know, it just goes to show you that even the best, you know, can have accidents sometimes. So it wasn't even anything major. It wasn't even that we were going crazy. It's not that, oh, he's drunk, or, I mean, just nothing. You know, it was just a nice evening cruise, and the shittiest of kind of combination of things, and just boop, came up over that hill. And actually, I didn't even tell you guys this either. Came up over that hill, my brother's just, you know, being the way my brother drives, he's, you know, about 10 feet, 15 feet behind me, if that. So when we came up over the hill and we get caught, my brother just literally like dives right into my back passenger corner. So kind of tilted my Razor on its side and whatever, you know, he broke his grill and some fascia stuff, but, you know, he was all right. And thank God, you know, honestly, I didn't say that either, but thank God, you know, Danny's good, I was good, we're wearing our helmets, we're strapped in, of course. And, you know, really, I think Danny was a little sore. I think my neck was sore too. I think it took like a, you know, whiplash kind of effect. But, you know, thank God everything was cool. We walked away and got to work, and you know, it is what it is. You know, just want to be put out there, you know, to be safe. You know your limits. It happens to all of us, and that's fine. You know, just obviously if you're doing stuff safely, you should hopefully come out okay. And you know, these razors are meant to take a beating. You know, that's why I always suggest roll cage harnesses and stuff of that nature. That way, you know, you're protected in these kind of events. And yeah, you know, I hope we all have a safe and fun dune season. I know it's coming up. It's right around the corner. That's why I wanted to knock this video out and kind of just get it over with, and you know, hopefully roll into some bangers for the rest of the season with my homies Danny and Jer. Thanks for your time. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this little sort of testimony type thing, or venting, or what is this called, Danny?
It's like a story time.
Or story time, yeah, whatever, you know, something clean for you guys, kind of showcasing a little bit of the new build and how it's going so far. And yeah, let's have a good 2021 dune season, and let's be safe. Hopefully I see you guys out there.